Chapter 4. Tools of the Trade. While psychology is the most important aspect of sniping, the shooter's weapon is a close second. However, the urban guerrilla sniper chooses their weapon based on different considerations than conventional snipers. For example, an IRA sniper in Northern Ireland cannot go to their local gun shop in Belfast and ask the dealer for their best urban sniping rifle. Instead, the sniper may have to use an existing weapon system designed for something else, and then use this dual-purpose weapon for their own requirements. I heard the saying once, "Your mind is like a parachute, it only works when it's open." This is true when talking about the kind of weapons suitable for urban sniping. With that saying in mind, I was eager to bounce some ideas off a few friends to see if their minds were like a parachute. I started on friend number 1, Tom, who is an avid shooter and hunter. I asked him what he thought about using a shotgun for sniping. He looked at me like I had been drinking too much and simply shook his head. I then explained to him exactly how a shotgun could be used as a sniper weapon, and he had to concede, after I presented a solid argument, that it was possible. He conceded to my superior logic by saying, "I guess, whatever." Even though a shotgun with a slug, barrel, and a scope is designed for killing deer at hundreds of yards, Tom did not want to shatter his preconceived notions. Then I decided to talk these ideas over with another friend, Jack, who is a school-trained Army sniper. Jack fought in many recent conflicts, to include Afghanistan and Iraq, and had a score of enemy kills to his credit as a sniper. I knew Jack, as an experienced sniper, would be open to new ideas, so I tested the waters with a few questions about what he thought about using an AK-47 assault rifle as a sniper rifle. I described how I would accurize it with a scope and a bipod. This time, unlike Tom, Jack did not look at me like I was inebriated. Instead, he looked at me like I was an idiot. "Why would you ever want to use an AK-47 for a sniper rifle? It's a piece of junk." I said, in an urban environment, at close range, it is good enough, but he insisted that, why? There are so many better, accurate weapons out there. Yes, I knew that, but what if you had to? What if you had to make do with a second-rate piece of equipment because you had no money, the government controlled all the guns, and you were in this less-than-perfect situation? So what if you didn't have a beautiful, gleaming sniper rifle to fight with? Would you give up, or would you make do with what you had? I would make do with what I had. The first thing one must understand is the urban sniper does not necessarily need a far-reaching gun. Something accurate to 300 meters will do. Many guns the average shooter classifies as a piece of junk will probably work. This includes semi-automatic weapons, short-barreled surplus carbines, submachine guns, and weapons firing from underpowered cartridges like a .22 caliber long rifle or even a 9mm. When the reader surveys the following weapon systems presented as potential sniper weapons, they should look at these systems with the critical eye of an urban guerrilla sniper. They should try and understand what the guerrilla needs to be effective and what is good enough for the job. Also, the reader should consider how expensive is the weapon in question, how hard is it to get ammunition, are replacement parts readily available, and are there suppressors for the weapon. Mauser Kar 98, Kar 98. Production history. The Karbiner 98 was designed as a general-purpose infantry rifle for the German armed forces in World War II. It was produced in the millions from 1935 to 1945 and saw action in every theater of war, from the frigid wastelands on the Eastern Front to the scorching sands of North Africa. Many people consider the Kar 98 to be the best all-around military standard bolt-action infantry rifle to ever be mass-produced. Description: a bolt-action rifle fires a 7.92mm by 57mm round, also called a Mauser 8mm, fed by a 5-round stripper clip, is 40 inches long with a 24-inch barrel and weighs approximately 8 pounds. Range, accuracy. During factory testing in World War II, the most accurate rifles were pulled from the production line and designed as sniper rifles. These hand-selected rifles, when using a telescopic scope, were able to hit man-sized targets at 800 meters. Some German snipers used the Luftwaffe's high-velocity anti-aircraft ammunition, which used a faster-burning smokeless powder, allowing them to reach to 1,000 meters. While accuracy depends on many elements, modern-day shooters using 198-grain match-grade ammunition can shoot 1-inch groups at 100 meters which meets the standard sniper norm of achieving 1 minute of ARC, MOA, accuracy. Strengths. Surplus models can be bought cheaply for $100 to $200. The Kar 98 is a rugged, dependable weapon proven in all weather and environmental conditions. They were produced in such numbers and have exchanged so many hands after the end of the World War II that they are essentially laundered guns. Weaknesses. The Kar 98 is not a purpose-built sniper rifle. It is an infantry rifle pressed into use as a sniper weapon with a few modifications, i.e. the addition of the scope. Some modifications must be made to make it a more suitable weapon, like adding a synthetic, collapsible stock. With an overall length of 40 inches, it is not concealable. Sound suppressors are rare. Sniper use. German snipers used the Kar 98 extensively in World War II to include the Battle of Stalingrad. The guerrilla werewolf movement used Kar 98s to fight the occupying powers. Israeli snipers used Mausers as they fought for their independence. NVA, VC snipers used surplus Kar 98s in Indochina. Some of the assassins that killed JFK employed Kar 98s. Bosnian snipers used Yugoslavian copies of the Kar 98, called the M48, throughout the Bosnian War. Kar 98s with sniper scopes used by insurgents have been found in the recent 2003 Iraq War. Mosin Nagant, 1891-30. Production history. The original Mosin Nagant 1891 was produced in that year to replace the Russian Empire's obsolete single-shot rifles. The 1891 model was further modified in 1930. It was shortened and gained a modern receiver, and became the standard issue infantry rifle for the Soviet Union from 1930 to 1945. Just like Germany's opposing Mauser Kar 98, the 9130 was a general-purpose infantry rifle produced in the millions and saw action in every theater of the Russians' war. Description. A bolt-action rifle fires 7.62mm by 5.4mm round, fed by a 5-round internal charger clip, is 52 inches long with a 29-inch barrel and weighs approximately 9.5 pounds. The 9130 was most often used in conjunction with a 4x power PE or a 3.5x power PU scope. Range and accuracy. During production testing, exceptionally accurate 9130s were hand-selected as sniper rifles. Modern shooters can place 5 168-grain hand-load rounds in a 1-inch circle at 100 meters. A trained Russian sniper was expected to place 10 rounds into a 1.5-inch circle at 100 meters, into a 3-inch circle at 200 meters, into a 7-inch circle at 400 meters, and into a 14-inch circle at 600 meters. Strengths. This is an inexpensive rifle, and surplus models can be bought legally for as low as $49.99. Ammo is plentiful and is also relatively cheap. The 9130 is a rugged, dependable weapon proven in all weather and environmental conditions. Weaknesses. The 9130 is not a purpose-built sniper rifle. It is an infantry rifle pressed into use as a sniper weapon. Some modifications must be made to make it a more suitable weapon, like adding a synthetic, collapsible stock. At 52 inches long, it is not a concealable weapon by any means. The 9130 is a loud weapon with a large muzzle flash. Sound suppressors were not manufactured for the 9130. Sniper use. Russian and German snipers used the 9130 extensively in World War II, such as Vasily Zaitsev, who became famous during the Battle of Stalingrad. Many of the Russian snipers scored hundreds of kills against the Germans using the 9130. North Korean and Chinese snipers used the 9130s during the Korean War. NVA, VC snipers used surplus 9130s in Indochina against the French and Americans. The PLO used the venerable rifle in their sniper war against Israel. Any country having political, military relations with the former Soviet Union, like Afghanistan, is likely to have a supply of 9130s on hand. Varmint rifle, Weatherby Vanguard sub-MOA rifle. Production history. The Weatherby Vanguard sub-MOA varmint rifle is a modern weapon that comes in several calibers to include .204 Ruger, .223 Remington, .22-250 Remington, and .308 Winchester. The Weatherby Vanguard sub-MOA is marketed as an ultra-accurate varmint rifle capable of hitting the smallest game out to far distances. This rifle is more expensive than a standard deer rifle and sells for $900 to $1,000 depending on what options you select. Description. A bolt-action centerfire rifle fires a .22-250 round, for the model shown, fed by a 5-round internal magazine, is 41.5 inches long with a 22-inch barrel, has a fiberglass reinforced synthetic stock, and weighs approximately 8 1/4 pounds. This is a quality sniper rifle. Range accuracy. The .22-250 Remington was officially manufactured as a commercially available round in 1965 after being available as a handmade Wildcat round for years before. The .22-250 is a .22 caliber bullet fitted into a neck-down Savage 250 3000 cartridge. This is a truly hypervelocity round, traveling out of the muzzle at 3,700 feet per second. The .22-250 is a popular round for shooting varmints because of its flat shooting trajectory and accuracy. Weatherby guarantees its rifle will shoot sub-MOA groups at 100 meters, and the company even delivers the target they shot at the factory, proving its accuracy. Strengths. The primary weapon of the Weatherby Vanguard Varminter is without a doubt its extreme accuracy. Also, the Weatherby Vanguard Varminter can be bought from the factory with a variety of camouflage patterns for the stock. Recoil pads are standard. AccuBrake muzzle brake is available, reduces felt recoil by 50% and reduces muzzle jump, and adjustable triggers are also available. Weaknesses. The Weatherby Vanguard Varminter, like many higher-end hunting rifles, does not come with iron sights and is meant only to be used in conjunction with a scope. Also, as a civilian varmint rifle, it is not designed to be used covertly, so sound suppressors are not commercially available. A custom one would have to be made. Another potential weakness for varmint guns is they are designed to kill small animals like prairie dogs. While they fire a very accurate, high-velocity round, the round itself is lightweight, so it is more easily deflected and lacks knockdown power. Sniper uses. Various resistance movements use civilian hunting rifles for sniping, such as French franc-tireurs, Russian partisans, the IRA in Northern Ireland, and the Chechen rebels, just to name a few. Takedown rifle. The Alaskan Co-Pilot. Production history. The Alaskan Co-Pilot is produced by Wild West Guns. They take a factory-made Marlin 1895 rifle, cut the barrel to a shorter length, and machine it into a takedown rifle, where the barrel quickly and easily deattaches and reattaches to the receiver. This weapon is designed as an easily stowed backwoods survival rifle capable of taking down the biggest game like grizzly bears. Description. A lever-action rifle fires a .457 Magnum, .45-70, or .50 caliber Alaskan round, depending on the model, fed by a tubular magazine, is 32 inches long, depending on the model, half that size when broken down, with a 16, 18, or 20-inch barrel, and has a synthetic stock. Range and accuracy. This takedown rifle is available in a 3-pound trigger pull and a custom-made mount for a variety of high-quality scopes. It fires a .50 caliber Alaskan round with a 450 grain bullet traveling at a velocity of 2,050 feet per second. This is not an exceptionally accurate weapon, but 4-inch groups at 100 meters are easily done. Lever-action rifles are inherently more reliable than semi-automatic rifles. Strengths. This rifle, like all takedown rifles, is designed to be concealed. When in takedown mode, it is only 20 inches long. A variety of stocks can be custom-made by the manufacturer to include synthetic, non-warping stocks. Matching the weapon with a folding stock would make it very concealable when assembled. This rifle is hard-hitting and, if used with armor-piercing ammunition, will penetrate helmets and soft body armor. Because the weapon is lever action, the shooter controls how they eject the expended cartridge, as opposed to semi-automatic rifles that automatically send them flying after each shot. Weaknesses. This is not a mass-produced weapon and is therefore easier to trace. Unique rifles like the Co-Pilot means there are fewer aftermarket products available for them. Ammunition, because it is less popular, is harder to find in battlefield conditions. Aftermarket suppressors are not readily available and must be custom-made. Most takedown rifles are expensive, as high as $5,000 apiece. Benchrest rifles. Production history. Benchrest weapons evolved from the modern Benchrest competitions that grew in popularity in the 1940s. Benchrest is a type of shooting where the shooter sits at a bench and uses mechanical means, like specialized tripods, to stabilize their weapon. The shooter intentionally minimizes their interaction with the rifle since more human contact equals reduced accuracy. Description. Dimensions vary depending on the model. Most Benchrest guns are custom-made, where a shooter selects a specific action, chooses a barrel, and then selects a stock and combines them. Benchrest guns are bolt-action, single-shot, center-fire weapons. These guns are heavy, free-floating, bull barrels, and the front forestock is extremely wide so the weapon can rest on it and remain stable. Range, accuracy. The Benchrest guns are known for their accuracy and are often referred to as nail drivers, since they are expected to fire multiple rounds into the same hole. Quarter-inch minute of arc accuracy is expected. Much of this accuracy comes from the high-velocity ammunition they fire. Common calibers are the .204, .22, .223, and 6mm rounds, which can reach velocities in excess of 4,000 feet per second and only drop 3 feet at 500 yards. Benchrest guns have true hair triggers, some having a pull of only 2 ounces. Strength. Benchrest rifles are without question the most accurate rifles in the world. Also, since there is such a large civilian market industry that supports the sport of Benchrest shooting, a large variety of Benchrest rifles, accessories, and ammunitions are available worldwide. Weaknesses. Benchrest guns are designed for overt competition shooting, not tactical combat operations. These guns are heavy and can weigh up to 15 pounds because of the wide stock and super heavy barrels. They are not manufactured with open sights or sound suppressors. Sniper use. In the 1950s, American snipers fighting in the Korean War used civilian Benchrest target rifles because they lacked a dedicated sniper system, with much success against their Chinese and Korean foes. Air rifle. Gammo Hunter Extreme. Production history. Air rifles are popular in many countries for shooting small game, teaching youth the fundamentals of rifle marksmanship, and for competition sport shooting, including an event at the Olympics. Gammo, a Spanish company, started out making a variety of lead products, transitioned to making lead air gun pellets, and then starting its own airgun company. Today, Gammo is the largest airgun manufacturer in Europe, and its products are well known and sold worldwide. Description. The above model is the Gammo Hunter Extreme. It is a break barrel weapon where breaking open the weapon compresses the air, which is then used to fire the pellet. The weapon fires a .177 pellet, is single shot, must be manual loaded each time before firing, is 48.5 inches long with a 24-inch barrel and weighs approximately 9 pounds. The stock is made of hardwood. Range, accuracy. The Gammo Hunter Extreme fires a .177 pellet, 4.5 millimeter, which travels 1,600 feet per second at the muzzle. This means the weapon fires the pellet at well over the speed of sound. The pellet is a supersonic projectile that will break the sound barrier just like a rifle that fires a powder-propelled bullet. The weapon has a jacketed steel bull barrel. The scope is 3x9 power with an illuminated mil dot. It fires the Raptor Performance ballistic alloy, PBA pellet, a non-lead alloy pellet that increases pellet velocity up to 25% while maintaining match-grade accuracy. The BPA is specifically designed as a hunting load and can shoot 1-inch groups at 30 yards. Strengths. Make no mistakes, this rifle is a man-killer that fires a lethal supersonic round. This weapon, like all air guns, is quiet, has no muzzle flash because it is air-powered, and is thus inherently hard to detect. Air guns do not leave incriminating shell casings behind like powder guns. Since most people do not think air guns are man-killers, very few people expect a sniper to use this kind of weapon. Weaknesses. This is an air rifle designed for overt target shooting and hunting. It is not concealable, suffers from firing a small pellet that has short range, and lacks penetration power. Sniper use. A video clip of Outdoor Guide shows a hunter armed with a Gammo air rifle shooting a 200-pound wild boar at 25 meters. The shooter drops the boar with a single shot to the head, killing him in his tracks. Watching a man armed with a .177 caliber air rifle kill a tough wild boar makes one appreciate more the capabilities of the common .22 caliber rifle. Shotgun. Harrington and Richardson. Production history. Shotguns have been around for several hundred years and have been used primarily for hunting small game like rabbits and birds. Hunters eventually transitioned to firing a single, large slug from the smoothbore barrel for large game. Then, gun designers produced interchangeable chokes, which could be inserted into the barrel of the shotgun, which offered rifling for the last several inches of the barrel. Also, rifled slugs were developed where the rifling was on the slug itself. Eventually, designers created a shotgun barrel that was truly rifled, referred to as a slug barrel. Description. The above model is a Harrington and Richardson Ultra Slug Hunter. It is single shot, fires a 12 gauge, 3-inch shell, is 40 inches long with a 24-inch rifled heavy barrel, and weighs approximately 9 pounds. Comes with a factory-mounted 3x9 power scope. Range and accuracy. Modern slug guns offer rifle-like accuracy. Many shooters get 2-inch groups at 100 yards and 6-inch groups at 200 yards. Some shotguns have a bull barrel, making them inherently more accurate, and others have break-open or pump actions, which are more accurate than semi-autos. With the advent of modern sabot ammunition, slugs can reach velocities of 2,000 feet per second, like the Hornady SST Sabot. Strengths. Shotguns are adaptable weapons, and a large variety of aftermarket products are available for them, like synthetic, collapsible, and folding stocks, scopes of every kind, and a wide selection of ammunition and slugs. Shotguns can be bought legally worldwide and are relatively cheap, going for around $200 for a good quality slug gun. They fire a large round that is absolutely devastating upon impact. Hunters have repeatedly proven the ability to take down large game with a single shot at distances as far as 250 yards. Modern slug guns can definitely be used as sniper weapons. Weaknesses. This shotgun has a large muzzle flash, blast, and is extremely loud. It is not designed to be used in conjunction with sound suppressor. The shotgun is not designed for long-range shooting and cannot reach far targets like surplus bolt-action rifles or modern assault rifles can. Sniper use. Protestant paramilitary contract killer Michael Stone used a shotgun to commit several of his murders in Northern Ireland because he knew authorities could not ballistically link the weapon to the killings. Purpose-built sniper rifle, M24. Production history. The M24 Sniper Weapons System, SWS, is a purpose-built sniper rifle built on the Remington 700 action, first fielded by the U.S. Army in 1988. The acquisition of the M24 represented a return to bolt-action rifles for sniping, as opposed to semi-automatic rifles like the previous use of the accurized M14. Description. A bolt-action rifle fires a 7.62mm by 5.1mm NATO round, 300 caliber. Fed by a 5-round internal magazine, is 43 inches long with a 24-inch barrel and weighs approximately 12 pounds empty. The adjustable stock is a composite made up of graphite, Kevlar, and fiberglass bound together with epoxy resins. A M3A10X power loophole scope is standard issue. Range accuracy. The M24 meets the Army's requirement of firing 1 MOA at 800 yards. While the M24 can fire regular 7.62 NATO bullets in a pinch, it is specifically designed to fire the M118 bullet, a special ball bullet consisting of a gilding metal jacket and a lead slug. The M118 is a boat-tailed bullet weighing 173 grains. The M3A scope is wedded with the M118 as it has a bullet drop compensator designed specifically for that round. The M24 issued with an adjustable stock and bipod to enhance shooter accuracy. Strengths. This is a durable, rugged, accurate rifle proven in combat. Ammunition is plentiful and cheap. Because the M24 is a military version of the very popular Remington 700, there is a very large variety of aftermarket accessories available for purchase. Weaknesses. The M24, like most conventional sniper rifles, is designed for overt military operations. The M24 is thus long and heavy, not designed for concealment or covert operations. It was not designed to be used with sound suppressor. Sniper use. American snipers have successfully used this rifle for years in America's wars in Afghanistan since 2001 and in Iraq since 2003. Iraqi insurgent snipers have been known on several different occasions to kill American snipers and then steal the M24 rifles and use them against other American forces. The original Remington 700 and other ruggedized versions of the sporting rifle can be bought legally through gun dealers, so insurgents and their networks can purchase these rifles abroad and then funnel them into their respective organizations with relative ease. Vintovka Sniperskaya Spetsnalnaya, VSS. Production history. The VSS, Ventores, was designed in the late 1980s specifically for Russian special operation forces like Spetsnaz, MVD, and KGB. The VSS was intended to replace certain AKM, AK-47 weapon systems to give select forces a stealthy sniping capability. Description. A semi-automatic rifle is capable of fully automatic fire, Fires a 9mm by 39mm round fed by either a 10 or 20 round box magazine, is 36 inches long with an 8-inch barrel and weighs approximately 8 pounds with a full magazine and the excellent, durable, standard issue 4X Power PSO-1 scope. Range and accuracy. The VSS has a maximum effective range of 400 meters with ranges of 2 to 300 meters offering the best chance for accurate hits. The VSS fires the SP6 subsonic cartridge that is based on a 7.62 by 39mm case, which has been modified to fit a 9mm bullet. However, the 9mm bullets are long and unusually heavy. The SP6 round has a steel penetrator core and can defeat most soft body armor at ranges of 3 to 400 meters. Strengths. The VSS is a purpose-built urban sniping weapon which is compact and relatively light. The VSS is rugged, proven in combat, is concealable, and has an effective sound suppressor. Because the VSS fires a subsonic cartridge, meaning the bullet does not break the sound barrier, it is a stealthy weapon and cannot be detected by modern acoustic-based counter-sniper systems. Because the VSS can be broken down into 3 separate parts, buttstock, receiver, integral suppressor barrel, it is concealable and can be carried either in a briefcase or strapped to one's person underneath a coat. Weaknesses. The VSS is designed as a close-in urban weapon and therefore suffers from limited range. Since the VSS fires relatively unique ammunition, rounds are harder to come by than the most plentiful 7.62 rounds fired by the AK-47 and SVD family of rifles. Sniper use. The Russian military used the VSS in Afghanistan and extensively in Chechnya. Chechen guerrillas purchased significant numbers of the VSS and have put them to good effect against the Russian enemy. Now deceased Chechen warlord Shamil Basayev was often photographed carrying a VSS. Colt M4A1 carbine. Production history. The M4 is a weapon modified from the earlier M16 series of assault rifles. The M4 was first produced in 1994 when the U.S. military recognized a need for a more compact, maneuverable, light weapon. The M4 is a standard weapon for U.S. Special Operations Forces. Description. A semi-automatic rifle fires a 5.56 by 4.5 mm NATO round fed by a 30-round box magazine. Magazine capacity varies. It is 30 inches long with the adjustable stock retracted, has a 14.5-inch barrel, different barrel lengths can be installed, and weighs approximately 5.5 pounds empty. Range and accuracy. The M4 is a very accurate weapon, firing a hypervelocity bullet that reaches speeds of 3,000 feet per second, depending on the ammunition used. The average rifleman can hit man-sized targets at 300 meters with open sights and at 500 meters with a scope. The M4 comes equipped with the excellent, rugged 4X Power ACOG, Advanced Combat Optical Gun Sight. Strengths. The M4 is a modular system, meaning almost everything can be changed out or modified to suit the needs of the environment and the shooter. Different length barrels can be used, a large variety of sights and optics are available, and a large number of high-quality sound suppressors are available over the counter. Because the M4 is so popular as a military weapon and for recreational shooting, ammunition and spare parts are plentiful worldwide. Weaknesses. The M4 carbine fires a .223 5.56 millimeter round, which is small and lacks penetration power at a distance. The gas-operated system causes chamber fouling from the cartridge's gases and powder. In general, the M4 action is finicky and jams when dirty. The M4 requires regular cleaning, and care must be taken to keep foreign elements like dust and sand, which are permanent features of desert environments, out of the weapon's action. Sniper use. U.S. forces use the M4 extensively in their wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Other armed forces, like that of Israel and Colombia, also use the M4, meaning the PLO and FARC have access to these same weapons. The DC snipers used an M4 in 2002 when they went on a killing spree. AK-47, Automat Kalashnikova, 1947. Production history. The world's most famous assault rifle, the AK-47, was designed in 1947 by Mikhail Kalashnikov. Most gun enthusiasts agree the AK-47 was copied from the Sturmgewehr 44. Mikhail Kalashnikov argued the AK-47 was really a combination of different designs and may have been influenced by the German assault rifle. Description. A semi-automatic rifle fires a 7.62 by 39mm round fed by a 30-round box magazine. the one in the picture has a 10-round magazine, is 35 inches long, depending on the stock, with a 16.5-inch barrel and weighs approximately 9.5 pounds. Range accuracy. The AK-47 has terrible World War II-era iron sights, which have never been changed to the more accurate peep sight systems. However, the excellent PSO-1 scope pictured here can be quickly fitted to a side-mounting rail. The standard Russian round achieves a velocity of 2,300 feet per second. Because the AK-47 is a relatively loose weapon, not a finely engineered specimen, its accuracy is poorer than the tightly made M4. However, with the scope, man-sized targets can be reliably engaged up to 300 meters. Strengths. The 7.62mm round has greater knockdown power than competing 5.56mm rounds. Since the PSO-1 scope sits above the iron sights, a shooter can alternate between the two depending on the distance. The AK-47 is the definition of reliability and ruggedness. It has been battle-tested in the harshest environmental conditions from Afghanistan to El Salvador. Excellent sound suppressors are available. Spare parts, ammunition, and accessories are cheap and available worldwide. Weaknesses. The AK, due to its inherent loose engineering, is not very accurate. Sniper use. Various accurized and modified AK-47s have been used in different conflicts to include the Vietnam War, 1965 through 1975, the Russo-Afghan War, 1979 through 1989, Bosnian War, 1992 through 1996, Russo-Chechen War, 1994 through 2007, PLO, Israeli conflict, 1947 through present, Lebanese Civil War, 1975 through 1990, U.S.-Iraq War, 2003 to 2008, U.S.-Afghan Wars, 2001 through 2008, and any number of battles fought by Russia's allies and surrogates since the end of World War II.